Hi, welcome to Cycl'n Vancouver. My name is Steve. I'm an old guy, 6'5", around 240 pounds, who enjoys cycling, hockey, football, and other contact sports. If you're interested in seeing what Vancouver looks like from the back of a road bike ridden by some old dude, sit back and relax. This is Ride 132. Today is Saturday, October 2nd, 2021. I started this ride around 3 p.m. on a very cloudy afternoon. It was a cool 17 degrees Celsius day, but at least there was no wind. That side. I got my first Phizer vaccine shot last Wednesday, and I felt a little off for the last couple of days. I wanted to make sure that I was not suffering any breathing-related side effects, so I decided to take an easy ride through the west side of the city and enjoy some of the changing fall colors. Having had many vaccines over the years, I am definitely not anti-vax, but I didn't particularly want to get the COVID vaccine for a couple of reasons. One, I do not suffer any comorbidities and don't fear a virus with a 99.7% survival rate. Two, the vaccine is still in its experimental phase and I didn't see any reason for me to take an unnecessary risk with it. Three, I'm pretty certain that I caught COVID from my spouse at the beginning of February 2020 and now have some level of acquired immunity. If I am correct, she and I were two of the earliest COVID cases in Vancouver, and we had no idea at that time. When my spouse returned from China in December 2019, she had what we believed was a cold. She had all the usual symptoms of a cold, but each time she got over it, the cold returned, and returned, and returned. The fourth time it returned, I finally caught it. It seemed like a cold to me, except in one respect. It came with a nasty hacking cough that lasted 4.5 months until the middle of June 2020. I must emphasize though, at no time up to the middle of June did I ever think I had COVID. On February 10th, 2020, I went out for ride number 1, my first bike ride since breaking my collarbone 5 months earlier. I was shocked to discover that I could barely ride a small fraction of what I used to ride. And I had no rational explanation for that, other than perhaps old people really do fall apart quickly. After that, I went out riding frequently and started rebuilding my lost cardio ability. Between February 10th and mid-June, On 4 or 5 occasions, I suffered some strange malady that I had never before experienced. I'd be riding along feeling perfectly fine, and then suddenly I'd be overcome by a rapid heart fluttering, a growing hot spot in my chest, and breathing problems. Whatever it was, it would come on extremely quickly and render me nauseous and disoriented. I found the only solution was to immediately pull over and wait until it passed. That generally took a few minutes. I had no idea what this was, but I never thought it was COVID related, at least until mid-June. In the middle of June, on a Tuesday evening, I was laying around on the couch watching TV. Around 7 p.m. that night, I started feeling tightening in my chest and having increasing difficulty breathing. The tightening increased over the next 3 hours, and it actually got to the point where I seriously started considering going to the hospital to get it checked out, something that I would rarely ever do. Whatever it was, the tightening plateaued around 10:30 p.m., and I decided to go to sleep early and assess it in the morning. When I woke up, I felt great, and my hack cough was gone. It has never returned, and I have never ever since had another of those mysterious riding incidents. My last known incident occurred on May 18th, 2020 during Ride 33, and if you watch that ride, it is around the 5:10 mark. I did look into getting an antibody test at the time, but being I was in Canada, such tests were not available then. So why do I think this indicates that I had COVID? When I was getting the vaccination, the pharmacist gave me a list of things to watch out for: chest pain, shortness of breath, and a fast beating, fluttering, or pounding heart. When I read that, I immediately thought of those riding incidents. A couple of days later, I Googled long COVID. According to the Mayo Clinic, long COVID refers to COVID-19 symptoms persisting over months, including shortness of breath, cough, chest pain, and a fast or pounding heartbeat. That perfectly summed up those strange riding incidents. So on the basis of all that, I am quite confident that I caught the virus long ago and acquired some level of immunity and actually do not require the vaccination. But governments being what they are, I felt compelled to get the vaccine in order to participate in daily life. As much as I despise that, and I really do, sometimes there are fights one cannot win, and this is likely one of those. And since I want to go cycling in Italy, and I expect evidence of vaccination will be required, I made the decision to get it done. felt absolutely fine through this ride. I seem to have so far avoided any of the adverse effects associated with the vaccine. Of course, I still have the second shot yet to take.